Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Syamimi binti Roseli and I will be presenting about a review of employee training and development in navigating through pandemic COVID-19 from Malaysian perspective. This review explored by few authors, Ahmad Saleh, Ahmad Saif Al-Shamri, Siti Sarah Omar, Sharaf Al-Azam, Mahdi Muhammad Abdullah Abkar and Talat Hassan Al-Haj Ali Alawadi from IEOM Society International. This article reviews on how employee training and development have helped Malaysian companies navigate the challenges brought by the COVID-19 pandemic. It discusses the shift and changes from traditional training methods to digital and virtual learning as a response to lockdowns and remote work. The findings highlights the importance of training and development programs in successfully going through the pandemic. The article explains the importance of training in maintaining employee performance, adapting to new technologies, and supporting business continuity during a crisis. Since the COVID-19 pandemic happened, it has caused significant disruptions in every aspect of human life, even in the workplace, economics, and markets. As a result, organizations having challenges to adopt remote work arrangements. This article examines on how Malaysian organizations responded to the crisis through others' training initiatives. The COVID-19 pandemic has changed on how people work from traditional work to remote work, especially in Malaysia. All organizations had to move and adapt quickly for better performance, also changing on how training is conducted. Now, most of the training are moving online and some organizations found them helpful and some are not. By reviewing these efforts, the article aims to show how training and development play a key role in helping organizations survive and succeed in a changing work environment. It stated that 86% of firms shifted their training, 76% plan to continue to develop their online training, and 68% of them found that online methods are effective as traditional training. However, it still creates a few challenges and struggle to adapt. Collaboration, employees' engagement were lower, employees have difficulties in changing the result, and to maintain employees' involvement. Based on the article, that employee training and development became even more critical during the COVID-19 crisis. Training was not only important for improving employee performance, but also essential for helping employees cope with rapid changes in their work environment, including the use of new technologies and digital platforms. Additionally, the article ties this effort to national goals such as Malaysia's ambition to achieve a 45% skilled workforce by the year of 2030. The article notes that many Malaysian companies were already moving towards remote work and digital tools, but the pandemic forced faster changes. This sudden shift revealed that there are still gaps in employee training and development. It explains three main types of training methods that companies use or adapt during the pandemic, such as on-the-job training, where employees learn by doing their tasks in real work settings, off-the-job training, which usually takes place outside the normal work environment, such as workshops, online courses, or classroom, and blended learning, which combines both on-the-job and off-the-job approaches using digital tools. This method became more popular during the pandemic as it offered flexibility and covered both practical and theoretical aspects of learning. One of the challenges discussed in the article is the lack of collaboration training. During the pandemic, organizations had to switch their training program to online learning. It obviously reduced the opportunities for social interaction and peer-to-peer learning. Before this, in traditional face-to-face training, participants interact from group discussions, teamwork, and randomly idea sharing and interactive activities. These elements help trainees learn from each other, develop critical thinking, and build communication skills. However, it is totally different in virtual learning. Trainees were often isolated with minimal chance to engage in real-time conversations, ask questions freely, or share their experiences with others. Furthermore, another challenge is the issue of low trainee engagement in virtual training settings. Many organizations found it difficult to maintain the same level of focus and participation from employees as they did in physical training. In virtual environments, trainers often cannot see or interact with other participants directly, especially when cameras are turned off or internet connections are poor. This creates a barrier of effective communication, making it harder to know whether trainees are engaged or not. In addition, from virtual learning, it could cause a virtual fatigue, which means by spending long hours staring at a screen that can make trainees tired and mentally drained, also with distractions from home environment with noises, house chores, or family interruptions. As a result, keeping trainees actively involved in virtual training becomes a serious challenge. Next challenges is the inadequacy of traditional training program. The older traditional methods used for training and development program are mostly no longer relevant to use in virtual learning, when strict movement control orders and social distancing measures were enforced in Malaysia and around the world. This sudden disruption meant that many companies were unprepared to shift to alternative formats. To overcome the challenge, organizations should make full use of interactive online tools that actively involve participants in the learning process. Instead of relying only on lectures or video presentations, trainers can use platforms like Kahoot, quizzes, or Google Forms to conduct live polls, quizzes, and feedback sessions. These tools allow trainees to participate in real time, which keeps their attention focused and makes learning more enjoyable. In addition, using other platforms like Google Meet, Zoom, or Microsoft Teams enables small group discussion and teamwork activities, encouraging peer-to-peer interaction and collaborative learning. Other than that, organizations should focus on updating and redesigning their training materials so that they are not only informative but also engaging and adaptable to different learning styles. To keep the content interesting, companies can also include real-life examples, case studies, simulations, and scenario-based learning that relate directly to the employees' job roles. Moreover, organizations should fully embrace online and virtual learning methods. As highlighted in the article, 86% of companies worldwide have already moved their training programs online, showing that digital learning is becoming the new standard. Virtual learning allows employees to access training anytime and anywhere, which is especially important for remote or hybrid work settings. Online learning also supports cost savings, reduces the need for physical materials or travel, and allows sessions to be recorded for future reference. There are several ways to overcome this. First, organizations should promote a culture of continuous learning among employees. This means encouraging staff to see learning not as a one-time event, but as an ongoing process that supports their personal growth and long-term career development. Due to the pandemic and changes in digital era, employees need to be constantly update their skills and adapt to the new technologies to help them remain relevant and confident in a fast-changing world. Next, to ensure that training programs are truly benefiting employees, organizations must monitor and evaluate their effectiveness regularly. Monitoring training effectiveness involves checking whether employees have actually learned and applied the skills taught during the training. Asking for feedback from trainees also helps identify what worked well and what needs improvements. Most importantly, the organizations need to support the well-being and motivation of their employees. The article explains that during the COVID-19 pandemic, many employees face stress, isolation, and fatigue due to the sudden changes in their work environment, long hours of screen time, and the lack of social interaction. Therefore, companies need to create a healthy and supportive work environment that prioritizes both mental and emotional health. In conclusion, the article highlights the major role of training and development in helping organizations adapt to the changes due to the COVID-19 pandemic. It shows that training is not just important for improving skills, but also for maintaining performance during difficult and unpredictable times. It is essential for both individual and organizational success. It shows that training is not just helpful, it is necessary. It helps both employees and companies grow and adapt to new challenges. And that's all from me. Thank you for your time. Bye.